The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Money Masters.
Let's go to Shivan in Boston. Shivan, what's happening, brother?
I'm watching you both on Tiger TV.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, definitely it is. Learning a lot from Tiger.
Now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate all you tigers and tigresses growling and prowling out here with us. Hope everyone's having a great day. Market out here, folks, bottom line, Dow up 242, NASDAQ up 47, S&Ps are up 21. We get gold up $10 at $1,617. Silver's up 19 cents at $27.67. Bonds are only down 7 ticks. Bonds are screaming. Larry's taking his sailing lessons. He thinks he's not. He thinks he's going to be able to groove. But let me tell you something, folks. Mario Draghi saving the world out here today, okay?
Absolutely.
And this is what is so cool about this, folks. This is the typical politician over and over again. I'm going to save the world. And, market's doing a nice bounce. All that does is give everyone a chance to sell into them once again.
Really? Yes. Yeah.
Dollar index down 89 ticks. They whacked that baby good. We're at 82.74. Euro's going to go to the moon. 123. I'm only kidding, folks. Euro's dead meat. Absolutely dead meat.
You sure?
Yeah.
I thought this morning you changed all your dollars for euros.
No.
You called.
No,
you didn't.
Let me tell you.
You called the World Banks and you said, I'm Tom O'Brien, convert them all to euros.
It was a beautiful thing, man. When so picture Draghi come out. Okay, so this is his actual quote. This is his promise.
Exactly.
Folks. His promise is that policymakers, will do whatever is needed to preserve the euro. Like politicians can do a thing. It's such a joke. It absolutely blows my mind. The only thing politicians do, folks, is take your money. They take your money for your bureaucracy, to make the bureaucracy bigger because it's us against them. It's wild. I love the idea. If you heard Sandy Wilde yesterday, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So check this out.
Seen that played over and over again.
That Sandy Wilde deal was a wild deal, folks. If you didn't see it, he's the guy that built the banking industry, took the investment banks together with the depository banks, did the whole ball of wax.
Over at Citicorp.
Yeah, he comes out yesterday and says, hey, listen, you should just split them up. The amazing part is that is the most simple thing there is.
Oh, it is.
All that does, folks.
He listens to your show.
He
does. I know. I said, wait a minute. He wasn't even giving you credit for that.
I'll tell you, man. The thing that's amazing about that what it does is this, is that it absolutely says if you take depositors' money, all you can do is you can push out the loans on that.
Yes.
Versus an investment bank, you can be in an investment bank, you take all the risk you want. But you know what? That's investors' money, not depositors' money.
Yeah.
And, so the bottom line is that, and that's about as simple as you can get.
Yes.
And now I heard Chris Dodd this morning on, right?
Oh.
So Dodd was going bonkers saying that, bottom line, that no, that's too simple. It's like, you know why it's too simple, folks? It's too simple because when you make all those huge bureaucracies, they're going to give all their friends all those jobs.
Yes.
I can see them just sitting there saying, we get a $100,000 job here, $200,000 job here. That's what that's all about. It's so far over the top, it's insane. And then I heard Dodd. So this is what Dodd says.
So you're good enough to actually listen. I can't listen to that guy.
I was on my way. I was on my way into work. But this is what he had to say. This is really amazing. He was saying that what Weil was saying. He says that's draconian. I'm saying,
wait a minute. What do you mean? No, that's what the bank's supposed to do. That's your business.
It was amazing. And anyway, the bottom line, folks, is it's going to be interesting though. I like the idea that the conversation has opened up. And there's no doubt. That he was one of the movers to make sure that Glass-Steagall got crushed, that all that stuff got crushed. What was interesting though, that this morning what he said. And this is where I want to go back and look at that. He was saying, Wild was saying, he wouldn't need to get interviewed at the Wall Street Journal after that, though. It's interesting.
Oh, he wouldn't?
He wouldn't. No. So I'm sure his buddies are calling him up right now saying, hey, man, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Yeah.
About that. Yeah, we're going to take your daughter's business down.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly.
Weird stuff.
Yeah, it is. So market-wise, we get the Dow of 250. So inside the Dow, let's go over to the Dow, because the Dow in one day is running all the way back to the high. So inside the Dow, what do we have running up there?
You got everything running up there.
Oh, look at it. You got 3M, American Express, United Technology, and Home Depot. Yeah, there is not one Dow stock that's down, because even the Leggett's are putting juice into the deal.
Yes, absolutely.
So let me just look at it. I want to look at the best ones, though, because what you can get out of this, folks, is that when you look at the best ones, it's like, okay, what are you doing? So 3M is up $3. If we put this on a weekly and see how we're setting up here, nothing. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so I love it when this happens. Okay, so what you're doing, so check this out, folks. 3M was at $97, July of last year. It comes down to a price point of 75. You're talking about 45 million shares. It's a joke. Beautiful. Okay, we got action.
The Russell actually struggling this morning. I mean, popped up nicely, but
yes.
Can't get, at least as of right now, can't get into the gap.
No, exactly.
Cannot get into the gap. So we'll see. That's I would say, folks, that's one of the things you want to pay attention to this morning.
Yeah.
It's going to be or this afternoon.
Right.
So on the 4 to 6 show.
Right.
It's going to be, how did the Russell behave here?
No, big time.
Has been weak, still showing weakness out here. And,
Right. And, the gold contract. So gold out here is going to get interesting because we're going after actually, look at that. It's going to do it. I think this is going to do it. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. So yesterday, because I've been when I've been taking a look at chart patterns, either the weekly or even the daily, I've been showing, gold is in a bearish camp here. Now, we know it's been trying to bust out those lows, hasn't been able to bust out those lows.
Right.
But what I did a couple days ago was what I like to be able to do is just clean out the charts and then just come back and redraw them.
Right.
Because otherwise, if you're just looking at the same patterns you had out there,
that's right.
You're not visually seeing anything. You're seeing what you saw before, and maybe that exists out there. So what I found was this little symmetrical triangle here that it created. And when you have those forms, if you do get a breakout to the upside, it can be a real break on this thing. Well, which was totally opposite of the whole strong dollar, weak gold aspect. Was was counter trend to the 50-day crossing the 200, and because a true break on this thing to the upside says, okay, the move to the downside may be done with. Doesn't mean it won't go down.
No.
Test it, but the move to the downside could really be.
Check this out. This is what gets really tricky here, right? On Steve's chart, so what you're looking at, if you're in your car, folks, what we're looking at is this. You get a long triangle that's set up, right? Now, the break top side, however, let's picture the triangle is about, 5 inches long from okay?
Yeah.
So what's happened is that it broke out of that, but an inch away from the end of it.
That's right.
Now, the danger part, right, and this is where it gets wicked, folks, okay, is that what you have to be cognizant of is that when you break out that far away from the end, a lot of the times it's a false break.
Yes.
So it's like, oh man, and we'll know with the volume.
We'll know with the volume. Also, what I was telling folks is that look, it's really not a breakout until it breaks above the 200-day, because that has held this thing in check here for quite a period of time.
I got it. Yeah.
So I said, every time it gets up there, for whatever reason, the sellers start coming in, it starts backing off.
Right.
Now, what's interesting here is you've got a similar pattern on the silver chart, but look, this thing here is down to the end of the column.
That's cool.
So where silver truly has been a weak laggard compared to gold.
That's cool.
Kind of interesting, using the same pattern. Silver was also doing the same thing. Has actually been in a longer-term bearish mode camp than gold for quite some time, and has tested that low with lighter volume.
Nice.
So now this would have, if this really is a breakout, this has got a long way to run.
It does. And, folks, this afternoon, on my show this afternoon at 4:30 Eastern Time, I have Robert Archer. He's the CEO of Great Panther Silver.
Oh, cool.
So he's going to give us an update on the silver business in general, Mexico, so that's going to be at 4:30 this afternoon.
Oh, great. Good.
Yes, there's some real action here. Let me see. So volume-wise, what we have out here, let's take a look. So on the NYSE, you get 174 million, which doesn't fly, and on the NASDAQ, we are dealing with Oh, Nasdaq got some juice. We get 456 million on the Nasdaq.
Yeah.
So the Nasdaq has some juice,
and it's not taking Apple along with it.
No, Apple's
so kind of interesting. It's up. Apple's up $1.81. That's nothing.
Yeah.
For the market being up 240 points.
No, and I
don't even think Apple's gotten above the gap from yesterday.
And it's not going to. What you have with Apple is that we came down yesterday, folks, once again with volume, and when you gap away with volume, now you're talking a whole different ballgame. So it's like, I tell you, one of the quotes that I think Cook made a huge mistake on inside the conference call, folks, was the Apple TV.
Yeah, I heard you say something about that. I didn't.
He said that it was a hobby.
Okay.
Now, just that word, folks, bottom line is to me, what that says is that everyone that's thinking that you're going to get an Apple TV that's going to change TVs, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. And I would, for us, for what we do, folks, that'd be great. We'd love to see it because of Target TV. The easier that it can get for people to watch us, the better off it is.
Yes.
But so when I heard that, I says, that's, that means that they're not focused as much as maybe some of the rumors were out there that they're going to change the TV business. Yeah,
maybe they've run into some. They've had Apple TV out for a while. It certainly hasn't obtained the traction. That an iPad, an iPhone, and an iDevice has had.
Right, big time.
Still great out there, but I still see the community moving that way. Whether it's Apple or it's Sony or whoever.
Right.
Actually, you take those comments, and that's a great thing for somebody like Sony out there.
Oh, Sony and Samsung. Big time.
To say, hey, good deal. Glad it's a hobby to you. For us, it's a business.
Yeah, totally.
And it's the way the industry's going.
Right. And folks, if on the Sony deal, if you want an internet TV, I have it, and it's dynamite. It blows your mind. I come in and watch you when my just put it right up on the screen.
I love
it. What does happen is this. It's pretty cool. Watching the show, watching you, it's Larry, sitting in the living room, laying down in the couch is a different ballgame. It just is, you know what I mean? You're always so used to, either hearing it in your car or just watching it, on a computer.
Yeah. Now you wonder, in Apple's case here, because you got, Jobs the Maverick.
Right.
Okay. Obviously no longer there. But, his style was he told people what he was going to do.
Right.
Wasn't really asking for their opinions.
No.
Right?
No.
Okay.
Never.
Could be a whole different style here with Cook there.
It could.
Right?
Yeah.
And so what business is Apple really in? They're in the media business. They're making their money, certainly off of devices, but it's truly, as a media company as well.
Yeah.
So what kind of pressure are they getting media-wise and truly pushing out internet TV?
Yeah, right.
From the big concerns out there.
Right.
Sony does. Sony maybe has a little bit of that problem, but Samsung doesn't have that problem.
No.
So there's others out there that they're not in the media business.
And also, Sony doesn't have much of a problem because they own so much content.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's it, but you always like to think about why.
And so he's saying they're backing off, folks.
Yeah. Where Jobs would never back off.
Yeah, forget
it. We're coming along. This is the deal.
Totally. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, all you Tigers and Tigresses, you stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her Small Cap Roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows. Plus, see all the charts as they happen live during those shows and have access to archives of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the MoneyMasters show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate all you tigers and tigresses growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, you get the Dow up 222, Nasdaq's up 45, S&Ps are up 22. Let's take a look at some of the large caps out here. You have Big Blue up 336. We have 3M up 261. ExxonMobil's up 52. Disney's up $1.20. Oxy's up $1.83. I know Oxy was getting hit yesterday. Let me just go see it. Oxy. Dead cat bounces are a beautiful thing. Yeah, Oxy's not bad. That's a consolidation.
ExxonMobil, how's it doing? I know they released some numbers this morning. I didn't get a chance to look at the stock chart, see what they were doing.
Let's take a look at this baby. Yeah, she's not going to make it either. That's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Ooh. I better get my ironing board out again.
I love it.
The ironing board's coming out.
I love it.
Let's go to Mark in Concord, Mass. Hey, Mark, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How's Steve? How are you two this morning?
We're doing great, man. You having a good day out there?
I'm having a wet day. It looks like it's going to rain up here. So
a wet day? Well, you better send some of that rain to the Midwest.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
They're going to have to build a pipeline and a desalinization plant to bring some of that seawater in from the ocean.
I'm telling you, man, yesterday, folks, I was in Chicago, and so picture this. I'm coming out of Florida, right?
Yes.
I get to Chicago, I'm there at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's absolutely beautiful out, right? I get in the cab, and I says, oh, man, it's absolutely beautiful. And the cabbie looked at me. He says, beautiful. He says, you just wait for an hour and a half. He says, it's going to be 100 degrees here. I says, 100 degrees? And I didn't realize that, Chicago, the Midwest, okay?
For sure.
So, sure enough, folks, I get to where I'm going. I get out of the taxi. It's like, you got to be kidding me. By the time I get out of the meeting, right?
Yeah.
What ended up happening is that you couldn't see ahead of you a quarter mile.
Really?
There was that much
At what time?
haze. That was 1:30.
No kidding.
Yeah, there was that much haze. You know, it got the heat come in so dramatically, folks, that you look out and it's like, oh my, those heat.
Well, Tom, I'm glad that I had a good trip, safe trip. I want to ask you about the Canadian dollar. A week or two ago, I heard on Bloomberg, some guy was commenting on the dollar, and he said the dollar against the, was commenting on the euro, and they agreed with you that the euro is very burnt toast. No matter how much butter and jelly you put on it, it's still burnt toast. But he said the Canadian dollar, the Australian dollar, and some other dollar was going to remain strong against our dollar. And the question I'm asking about the Canadian dollar is my wife wants to go to Canada for a vacation next in about 6 weeks, and I was wondering what the two MoneyMasters think of the Canadian dollar.
In 6 weeks.
Mid-September.
We're getting that sewing needle out. Let's get right into that needle here, okay? We're getting into the eye of the needle. It's a buck for a buck.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I just do it now. 6 weeks is nothing, man. A buck for a buck's not going to kill you. The Canadian dollar is going to get weaker. That's the bottom line.
Okay.
But still, right now it's continuing to make higher highs. It's doing expansions right now. Looks to me like the Canadian dollar wants to get up to 0.998 as its next level. You know, if you look at the daily chart, you can see what it's doing. It's doing retracements, and then on the downside, and it's doing it's doing expansions on the upside. But it's not that much of a difference to actually really worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, hey, what do you guys think of oil?
Where is she going in Canada?
Well, we're thinking about the Canadian Maritimes, and that was going to be another side question, Tom. Have you ever sailed up there? Maybe sailed up there with Angie?
I haven't sailed in Canada, no.
No, I hear it's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. No, it is. That's why I asked. Canada is a beautiful country, man. I mean, there's some real beauty up there in a big way, no doubt.
Yeah, we want to go up there, St. John's and Newfoundland, and that whole area. That's where she wants to go. She's a
cool
vacation. So
have a safe trip up there.
Oil's just in a counter turn bounce. I mean, can I get up to 91, 92? Sure, but.
That would be a great place if you and Angie had passport time that you could go sailing with Angie sometime,
What happened up there is that the
black flies.
No, the chilliness of it. I have to keep her in a
total warm environment.
That's right. That is warm. What happens with sailing, folks, is a little bit different than yachting. You know what I mean? Because what ends up happening, I don't mind it. I'd love to get wet and go through waves. But with Angie, it's a little bit different. Let's put it this way: it's a little bit different if I want to keep going sailing. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to get up there prime season, right smack in the middle of.
What happens is that it's just like anything else. You want to make every experience dynamite. So then, what you can do is that you can get a heavier and heavier experience, meaning more nature coming at you.
Yeah.
And then you're all right, because what ends up happening then is that then you just get used to it, and then that's just part of it. Cooking, brother.
All right, Tommy, Steve, cooking.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, all you tigers and tigresses, we appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. As you're going to work, folks, you be careful out there. We're going to be coming right back.
Would you like a personal update from Tom O'Brien as to what equities he's trading and what his daily trading plan is before the market opens each morning? Every market day, Tom O'Brien sends out his daily newsletter, Market Insights, to hundreds of subscribers that rely on his daily recommendations when it comes to navigating these highly volatile markets we're dealing with. As recently as May 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out all 5 open positions for a combined profit of over 68% in one day. Profits ranged from 6.5% to over 24%, and all of these trades had been initiated within the previous 30 days. Now is the perfect time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's explosive trading newsletter, Market Insights, an $85 value. Tom breaks down the market each morning with his market take and provides trade recommendations, including precise stops and target profit zones, leaving nothing left to guessing. Log on to tfnn.com today and sign up for your 2-week free trial. Make sure you're a subscriber the next time Market Insights subscribers close out multiple winning trades. Take action and sign up for your free trial today. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and the Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Yeah.
That's it. Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, you get the Dow up 207, Nasdaq's up 43, S&Ps are up 20. You know, I guess, I mean, look at this. It'd be beautiful if we could get that August 3rd date up and going again. It's going to be a tough one, though. I think it's going to be a tough one because the way this is trading out here right now, folks, is that, you got 43 million shares. You're coming into 212 million. 5 hours. Yeah, you might get it. You might get it.
Yeah.
You can see that the way the gap is, the consolidation's still in place. But bottom line is that. So watch this. With the SPY, you came down 173 million. You had 129 at the high. That's basically saying it. That's saying that there's still down pressure. But you can see that the gap away again this morning is the signs that you're still in the consolidation. And there's no doubt that the Russell 2000 is the weakest index out there again.
Yeah. Well, look, the better trade, if the market actually sets up, would be moving up into August 3rd.
Yeah, I know.
And the reason being is that if you take a look at the lunar structure out there, and you go back and take a look at the last 5 of 6 either new or full moons out there, and just simply throw out the idea of buying or selling on a new, just simply which way is the market moving.
Right.
And if the market moves up and you're coming into the full moon, you'd be selling it. If the market's moving down and you come into the full moon, you'd be buying it. Just simply, it has been the marker the last 5 or 6 times, so you've got the probability on your side of being a counter trend. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to last more than maybe a few days or what have you, but it has worked. And it's not just work, folks, it's work to the day.
I know, that's crazy. Have you? Okay, I know that these on the public channel, folks. Now, there's a couple shows on that are absolutely extraordinary.
Yes,
I think they are anyway. And it has to do with this is around here. It's WEDU in Boston. It's they come out of it's Nova.
Yes,
it's Nova.
So I think you get it across the country.
You do
for sure, across the world.
And one of them is on string theory, and I saw the second one last night, but I fell asleep.
Did you? It came back on at 3:00 this morning.
I
was awake at 3, but I didn't have it on.
Okay.
And about 3:30, 3:40, I happened to, and sure enough, it was on. So I caught the last 20 minutes of it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to tell me. I fell asleep in the last half hour.
That's funny.
So if you get a chance to see it, folks, and you're interested in just the universe in general, it is really cool. And they got quantum mechanics inside it. They have a lot of theories inside it.
Yeah.
So the one last night, the second part of it is about multiple universes.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it totally makes sense anyway. Because, it's like thinking, well, first off, what they explain is that first, of course, when you go back, you always thought that the bottom line is that everything revolved around the Earth. And then, the Galileo figured, no, everything revolves around the sun. And so it's not that far-fetched. Well, it's not far-fetched at all. That, bottom line is that we have multiple universes.
Yeah.
But what they're claiming is that if we have multiple universes, then, bottom line, there's an 8th Steve Rhodes.
We got a duplicate. Exactly. I saw that. I was going to say, hey, for folks that can't get enough Tom O'Brien, all you got to do is travel to the other universe out there.
And that's where it's hard to wrap your head around it, folks. Do you know what I mean? And they do a great job, though, don't they?
They do.
What's amazing is that the graphics, folks, and the digital graphics that they can do now, really make it that it can. Let's put it this way: they bring it down that you and I do not have to be a scientist to understand what the theory is, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's because they're able to help you just simply visualize it. Just simply, the graphics and everything that they use, they try to link some known to unknown, just to help with that education process. Because the folks on there, their minds are so amazing.
I know.
And I'm just kind of like, God, how do they think like that?
Do you see their heads are even bigger because their minds are so smart?
It's like, God, how do you figure that stuff out?
The one thing that I want to get to understand, which I don't understand, is this. I know that math rules the world, right?
Yeah.
But what they do, folks, in the program is that they show. Now they've already proved many of these things. Now, I'm backing up a little, not talking about the multiple universes right now. I'm just talking about physics in general, right?
Yes.
What I don't understand is that, see, there's all these math formulas that they do in order to prove the particles and all
theory.
that.
Yes,
so it's like, how does that work? How do you take a number to prove that something is real?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know, I remember, that what ends up happening is that what's supposed to happen, well, what does happen, evidently, I just don't know how to do it, that you have the formula one way, but then...
So they can, switch it.
Yes, and that's how you prove that is it.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
I just want to teach them how to buy and sell the D point.
Well, so I'm getting to that point. Because this is the point. The largest point that I think that anyone would get out of that, right, is that what's happened, folks, is that the universe continually expands.
Yes.
Well, that's what Fibonacci theory is all about.
Oh, it is. Totally.
That's all it's about.
Yes.
It's expansion, contraction, but it will always expand. Everything's going to get bigger forever.
Well, when you just simply...
Oh, my God, I think you're getting bigger right now.
Well, actually, I know that I am, so I got to work on that. But, that's fun. Truly, when you do consider abundance, this universe, the abundance that we have here, and just simply the technological push, is just simply incredible. You just take a look at cellular, it's all about communication. It
is.
And so when you take a look at communication, you've got some of the poorest countries in the world that within the next 5 years, certainly 10 years, you can go over to the deserts in Africa or what have you, are simply going to have cellular communications. So these are some of the poorest people with cellular communications. And what is it that you have in your phone? You have access to basically everything.
You do.
You got a little computer, you got access to the internet. So imagine the expansion
It's
you
huge.
know, that really we are on the verge of.
The acceleration.
Yeah, it is something that is to behold and incredible. And sometimes you just don't really see it, but it does help to see documentaries like this, maybe to put things in a little bit of perspective out there, you know. So, yeah, it was cool. I finally caught just a part of it about 3:30. I was like, okay, so now I know it comes out at 3 o'clock every morning, or every other, or every third or fourth, you know. So, yeah. That's too funny.
Let's go to Travis in St. Louis, Missouri. Hey, Travis, what's going on?
Morning, fellas.
How you doing, man?
Hey, doing great.
Good.
Is it hot in St. Louis too?
It has been hot, man. 12 days this summer above 100. Can you believe it?
Oh my God.
It's like a desert here, man. We got cracks in the ground.
Oh, geez, that's too bad.
Things I've never seen in my life. But my dad farms, and he's going to lose probably 90% of his corn crop. He farms about 1,500 acres. And
where's his farm at? Where's it located?
Central Illinois.
It is, okay. Wow.
So he's got about 500 acres of corn and probably going to harvest about 40 of that 500.
Wow. What a drag that is. That's intense, man. Now, hopefully he didn't sell it forward, right?
Yeah, he did, and he unfortunately did, and he's been buying back well, he actually bought them back before the big spike here the last 3 weeks, but
thank God.
He still took a beating by, 50, 60 cents a bushel buying them back.
Right. Yeah, that's where it gets really tough, because what happens, folks, is that if you can't deliver, which, you know, that's very unusual, but bottom line is that's where it gets troublesome, no doubt. What are we going to look at today?
I'm looking at Cornerstone. I know the company pretty well on a fundamental basis, and the stock's really cheap from the way I value it, and it looks like it maybe have an ABC up. I wanted to get your guys' opinion.
Let's take a look. You get Cornerstone Therapeutics. It's a biopharma company. They specialize in asthma and critical care diseases in the respiratory market. The low is 444. The high is 864. They lose 19 cents. They have 268 million shares outstanding. Okay, so let's put this back here at 7:30. Put this on a weekly. Well, you certainly have
volume at the high too.
You get action here.
Kind of interesting.
You know, I mean, it's illiquid. I can see what you're saying. What I would do with this is this: when you get a stock that's this illiquid, like today's only 24,000 shares, whatever price you want to sell it at, make sure that price stays in good. You know, good to cancel. But you can see this is the type of stock that, you know, one day it's going to be $7, next day it's going to be $12, and the next day it's going to be $7.
Well, I'm long it right now from 685.
Right.
But, you know, I'm kind of looking for $8.50, $9 on this thing here, maybe in the next few weeks. They got an FDA panel here in like 2 weeks, and I'm thinking the stock may run up into that 9/13 date that they have out there right now.
So that's my point. Put the order into sell. Because you can see when it gets there, it's going to spike.
Sure.
You know, I mean, that's how the stock likes to trade. You know, when a stock can trade in 2 weeks from $7 to 12 back to 7.
Right.
It'd be great if you got, 10 out of it. But the bottom line is that if your order's not in,
Cool, man.
Okay, brother.
Thanks for calling.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. Well, Draghi can't hold the market up. This is so typical, folks. Okay, let me tell you something. This is the... If I know anything, folks, let me tell you something. You better hold on for the ride, because this is exactly like 2007, 2008.
Kool-Aid
money
is closing.
It's money all day long, folks.
They just ran out of Kool-Aid.
You get it down, pump it up, boom, you give it to them again. Get it down, you have a counter. What happens in down markets too, folks? Fast counter trend bounces always happen. That's the name of the game. That's how they work.
Big time.
And this is a classic, man. If we go over just to look at the... Now, it's not that the market has given back a huge amount, but what happens is that the bulls will go out there and buy this, and then they got toasted again, without their peanut butter and jelly either.
Well, look, the 30-minute SPY formed a D point. It did that at a butterfly pattern, a 1.272 butterfly. That's 1356 was the actual price projection. Got up to 1356.75, 1357.
Okay.
So that's a beautiful thing. Now you got to just be patient, and as it's up there right now, it's creating a bearish engulfing. candle. Now, that's taking back right now the last, hour and a half of trading. Now, you got to be patient here, folks. You got to wait, we got to wait this thing out. But by 11:30, you could have a signal here that they have just run out of Kool-Aid. Imagine that. How can you do that?
They better call Jim Jones. 877-927-6648. Let's go to Dan in Baskin Ridge, New Jersey. I think that used to be the headquarters of AT&T, actually.
Yeah, they still got Verizon up here.
Do they? Okay.
Huge complex.
Yeah, no, that is a huge. I always remember that name, Baskin Ridge, New Jersey.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a definite benefit on the property taxes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
No, that's huge, man.
Quick, Tom, I'm a subscriber to the Insights.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I'm happy with it, and just wanted to plug that.
That's a beautiful thing.
I do, I short the small caps, and that's basically all I do.
Okay.
Play the small caps. I got stopped out on, basically I do limit orders. I got filled about 4 or 5 days ago. I got stopped out, which is great. And I'm looking to go back in short, but as weak as it is, I'm not really sure what point I can get back in.
So, and you only do the small caps, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you got to wait. That's the bottom line. I know it looks like it wants to fall apart, and it does, but the risk-reward doesn't work right here. Because we're right in the middle of the deal. And this is the danger. When I say the danger is like, okay, you're going to miss the deal. Is that okay? Is this going to fall apart and be a large ABC down? Because if we look at the small cap in general, it wants to get a 742 or a 776. If we go over and just look at the IWM, I would still just wait. That's my bottom line. Because you get stopped out. What, 2 days ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so that's a huge profit. In 3 days, folks, we banged out 15, 20%. Well, 15, 18%. But the way this is, see how the IWM right now is at 77.37?
Yeah.
Well, you did 15,000 shares. You're going into 55. I mean, it should be able to bounce a little bit more. And you just have to wait.
All right. Are we looking at if it fills this gap at 79 and rejects that? Are you thinking like that, or are you thinking?
Yeah, I would be thinking where I'm going with the benchmark. Well, what I do is this: I basically look at the S&P, the Nasdaq, and the Russell. Okay, and I want them to all line up. Okay, and the way they don't have to. To me, they'd be in harmony, meaning even if another one went over the high, couldn't handle the price, and stayed over that. It was like with Light of Law, I was like, okay, that would still be harmony because it'd be like the thing's not real. Right now, I suspect that somehow it's going to still be another bounce. That's what it looks like, man. So the 79 is game for the IWM, no doubt.
So it looks like Larry's August 3rd date might be lining up nice then.
Well, that would be sweet if that's the case. I think that's, August 3rd, we're at the 26th, so 27th, 29th. That's August 3rd's here before we know it. It'll be here before we know it. Cooking, brother.
Beautiful. Thanks, guys.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us, folks. You stay right there. We're coming right back. We ended up 177. Nasdaq up 33. S&Ps are up 15. We're going to be right back.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to tfnn.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to tfnn.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Time is the great equalizer of all mankind. Time doesn't care about winners or losers, who succeeds or fails. Time only cares that you played the game. Question: are you playing the money game? Is your money working as hard for you as you are for it? I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter service, and we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. In year 1, we generated a 30% profit. Plus, I provided 26 hours of live coaching to my clients. My daily newsletter service is available by 8 a.m. each day and covers the stock, futures, currency, and commodity markets, along with all the current patterns that you can trade. Each newsletter is packed with education, and it's yours for as little as $3 per day. And for the next 30 days, you can try it risk-free. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage of tfnn.com and begin your journey to great wealth today. If you're waiting for a better tomorrow, remember this: today's tomorrow will soon be yesterday, and your clock is ticking. Mastering Probability. Now is your time.
Catch Kate Stalter on the Small Cap Roundup, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. Up next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, all you Tigers and Tigresses, and as you just heard, you stay right there, folks, because Kate Stalter's coming up next from beautiful Santa Fe, New Mexico, 11 to 12. Then we'll go to Tucson, Arizona. Larry Pesavento will be with you 12 to 1. Daryl Martin, Dallas, Texas, 1 to 2 today. 2 to 3 is open. That's going to change coming the 1st of August. California, Ken Shreve, 3 to 4, and then back here, 4 to 6. You know, Ken Shreve's daughter won
the state
folks, this
softball, 10 and under.
10 years old in California. I mean,
that's
they had to win 5 games in a row.
Yeah, I heard that.
On
every 2
Sunday.
hours. Every 2 hours.
Oh my God,
that's a lot of softball.
That's intense. I got to see if I haven't looked at the picture yet, but he was explaining to me that their pitcher can throw a softball 40 miles an hour.
Oh, at
10 years old, 40 miles an hour.
That's good.
Could you imagine, folks, a softball coming at you? If you've never played softball, softballs are almost harder than hardballs. And it's so funny that they call it a softball.
That's true. That is true. That's true.
Isn't it?
Yeah, you kind of wonder how they actually came up with that name.
Totally, man, because I remember playing, and it's like, man, when one of those pitches, some of those pitches got that, like, really wind up, it's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
I'd rather
I wonder what kind of damage that can do at that age.
Right.
Now you're dealing with the shoulder, I suppose, more than the elbow. So you got the pitchers in hardball, the young kids who are coming up. They're trying to throw curveballs or what have you. They end up with a lot of more elbow injury, but maybe not so much on the softball. I don't know. But congratulations to Ken and his daughter and all those girls out there.
Huge.
That's always a good thing.
It is, man. It's great. I mean that. Going through life, having that, folks, that's a life-changing deal.
Oh, that's a great anchor.
Yeah, it's a huge anchor, no doubt. So, market-wise, let's go over to Europe and see what we have happening with Europe. So we get the FTSE is up 79. She hasn't done anything. Nice counter-trend bounce, no doubt about that, but no action. And the DAX is 161. Now, that's a good number, but the DAX... I won't get the volume till later, unfortunately. So she came down, but the DAX had the volume on the way down that big day.
Hey, the Shanghai, you get the volume on the Shanghai. Yeah, now, that actually got below a swing point, I believe, last night.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. Let's go to the Shanghai. Yeah. I got that, baby. She's at 21.26. This thing is such a mess, it's unbelievable. So, look at this. This is pretty. Okay, so she's going straight down from 2,500. She's at 21.
Yeah. If you take it back a little further, see the swing point back in the early part. Just see what it's...
I'll put it 5 years. Okay, so she's going right for the lows. I mean, the volume is contracting. There's no doubt, but you're already inside. Oh, actually, so this is the number. We're at 21.26. Once you get inside 1987, which is nothing, which is 1987, so you got 26, 36... 40 more points. You get inside 40 more points, well, bottom line, you're going to the lows of 2008. So that's a big number. If we do the maximum on it, so we should be able to get, we're going to get a lot of information about even what the markets actually want to do, folks, from Shanghai, which is kind of neat.
Yes, exactly.
Because picture this too, by the way, folks. Shanghai went up over 100%. Off their lows. It went from 1,600 all the way up to 3,400 and then gave it up again.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're back to 2,100. Now, the 2,100, once you actually get into, on a monthly, when you get to 2,050, if it gets into that, you're going to the lows, man.
Yeah.
You're going to the lows. China's not taking over the world. Not in this generation, anyway.
Yeah, so 21, what number did you use? 2119 is a completion of a 1-to-1 A to B equals C down.
So 2050,
okay,
is that if it gets into that number, that's going to be, the deeper it gets into it, that's going to be saying it's going to get down to that 1,600 number.
Got it.
Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, folks, you stay right there. And, of course, don't forget, folks, Steve kicks us off each and every trading day. You can get all that programming at tfnn.mobi. Have a great one, folks. Have a safe one.
Take care, folks.